Okay, apparently I'm live. No idea. So, with no tweets out or anything like that, we're gonna start a new game. Play on Normie.
From the beginning, we were wrong. And only now, well into the second decade of the conflict, have we begun to understand the mistakes we have made.
Editing the... I don't know if I'm still streaming live. I believe I am. Right now I'm editing the title. Add a game title. Yay, typing. Okay, I'm going to put Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning because they do not have Re-Reckoning on here, so save. Ooh, I think I got a viewer. Hello, viewer. Move the OBS so it covers that. And like I was saying before, starting a new game. And I enjoy the voice acting. So we're going to be... Oh.
We lived in harmony among the Fae, in a world awakened to new magic. Perhaps we should have foreseen what might be born on this rising tide. What force might awaken. A force powerful enough to twist even the eternal and immutable Fae folk.
Too loud or too quiet, let me know.
But Gadflow, the new king of the Winter Court, surprised us all. Singular among his people, he was all that other Fae were not. Aggressive, ambitious, visionary. He had power like none we had ever seen. Terrible and deadly. Gadflow and his followers, the Tuatha Deon, believed that a new god was to be born in the east, beneath Gadflow's crystalline fortress of Amathen. In the name of that god, they marched to war against the young races of Amalur. Against a mortal army, no matter the power of their god, we might have been victorious. But the Fae are creatures of magic, not bound by the laws of life and death. Each Tuatha fallen on the battlefield would soon rise again, for the Fae do not know death as we do. How could we stand against such a force? For 10 years the war raged. For 10 years the armies of Men and Alpha fought and died. But as our numbers dwindled, we knew that it was only a matter of time. Our fate had been written. At least, that is what we believed. Until you died.
And I'm gonna try and not give away any spoilers or anything, because I do like the story of this game. And I actually I played the original one, so I do know what's gonna happen. It's just, I'm trying not to say anything.
What do you think this one is then? Alpha? Golani? Could even be a Jotun.
Always a surprise, eh, Garan?
Eyes on the job, boy. Don't matter what it is. Dead's dead. And be thankful for that. All we've seen. Go on and pull back the sheet, though. It'll need to be in our report, one way or the other.
Hello, Outlaw. If you do me a favor and tweet this out, because if I try to leave the game screen, it minimizes everything and you see my desktop and all that. It's a pain in the ass. And thank you for coming by. I'm playing Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning that came out Monday. It's essentially the same game as Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning, but they updated the graphics and gave you all the free shit back. I'm gonna be playing this with the cutscenes in because I like the plot of the game. This is actually one of my favorite games. This is why I'm glad they did a remake of it. Well, not really a remake. They just kind of upped the graphics. But I'm gonna play this as all magic, which I never do. We'll try to make a hot elf chick, though the game kind of limits you a little bit. We'll make her blue. Ooh, I'm up to 2 viewers now. And it's only been 8 minutes. If we can get up to 10, I think that's my record. Unfortunately, they don't give you a blue hair color. Oh, that's kind of close. It's gray, but it looks kind of purpley. Then you gotta match the eyebrow color or it looks weird. The nose ring is bigger than her nose. She'll have a lip ring. She'll work at Hot Topic. She'll have a face tattoo. Even better for working at Hot Topic. Confirm.
Ah, she's a low sulfur. And not in bad shape, all things considered. I never did like them myself. Snooty bunch. All right then. Make sure it goes into the report. You know he'll want all the details.
Amazing how well the body held up. Better than I've seen.
I'm just glad it's not moving. Must have been born under a lucky star, this one.
Anything else we need?
Unless you'd like to name her, I think we're done. Put her with the others.
And we'll go with the default name, because why not?
Well, that's it for you then. Better luck next time.
And they dump her in the hole. Thud. And you wake up having been newly resurrected on a giant corpse pile, waiting to be burned. Look at all those stink lines. Now this section is the tutorial. You start out at level 0. You actually have to earn your way to level 1. Which is something I like, the fact that you literally earn experience to get to level 1 by the time you leave this area. You can pan the camera 360 around yourself. You can do that and get a better look at things. You can't jump, but you can dodge roll, which is cool. You get a high enough level, you go high enough in the mage category, and it ceases to be a dodge roll and becomes this little like blink thing where you just kind of like zoom from one spot to another. Steal that skeleton's gold. This is a note about the well. Sorcery is still important in our work, requiring specialized disposal of our unfortunate failures. Secrecy is still important to our work, requiring specialized disposal of our unfortunate failures. Piling remains have become a concern in the lower caverns, so an incinerator has been added to deal with the wastes. This should make disposal work slightly less horrible, although you should avoid drinking water from downstream of the ash dumps. Hardly a fitting rest for the poor things, but if it's any consolation, these weren't their original bodies in the first place. Fomerus Hughes. I'm not going to take that because I have a limited carry capacity. Oh, this is fun. See that emaciated corpse on the bridge there? And the little flare up when he hits.
They're all over. Run!
Gnomes getting killed in the background.
Scatter, children of dust!
This place is
Scatter
getting
before
raided.
the might of the Tuatha!
Crates and barrels are smashable, and you want to break all of them because there's gold in some of them at random. Yeah, if you hit X once and then delay, the next one's an uppercut. But you can just also go through like that. Figured I'd stream today because my job told me we're no longer going to be open on Saturdays. So I went from 6 days a week to 5.
Please help me.
So
More mortal
Please.
scum?
have
No.
time on my hands, might as well.
All die.
And it's really hard to get the achievement for hitting someone 5 times while they're in the air.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. If you hadn't come along, Wait. I've seen you before. On the slab. You were dead. It worked. By the tome, it worked. You're alive. No,
I'm not
clearly
dead.
not anymore, but you were. The Well of Souls remade your body. We thought you were another failure, but the well restored your soul to your body, and it worked. We must get you to Professor Hughes right away. He'll have questions for you.
I have some questions
No
myself.
doubt, but we must get to Hughes. He'll be in his study on the ground floor. The Tuatha are coming in through the lower levels. If we hurry, we should be able to beat them to the top. Take these. They'll help keep you safe long enough to get to Hughes. Now let's get going.
Some free potions.
He'll
Where
be in
is
his study
Hughes?
on the ground floor of the tower. At least, I hope he's there. And safe. Let me get this.
No time for questions. Boxes to smash.
Right this way. You go first.
Smash all the boxes. One thing I will warn you about with this game, see how that chest has a lid? If the difficulty to open the chest is hard or greater, there's no lid on it. Is it messed up? Let me equip this armor that I got off these guys. And those boots out of that chest. Put that in the junk pile so it'll be easily sold later, even though it'll give me no gold. But now I got
This
rogue
is what
armor
we're
on.
after. Our greatest invention, the Well of Souls. Imagine an end to war, an end to death.
And yes, for starting out as a magic... I know I said I was going to do magic, but you got to go through the whole, like, most of the tutorial before they give you any magic. And hello to my third viewer.
We're in one of the storerooms. See if you can find anything useful.
See, now you start getting the heavy armor for the melee, for the brawler characters and whatnot. The swords and hammers guys. Rogues, you get like daggers, bows, and weapons called Fey Blades, which are pretty cool. The gloves I just equipped out of the menu, because it's easier that way.
Wait,
Now I have a
do
shield.
you hear something? More Tuatha!
Mercy,
You're going to need more than
And that
just
little
that
glow
sword.
that comes off the block
That
is
one
actually
had a
because the
bow.
block is
Get
timed
it?
properly. If it's not, you just kind of block the shot. Equip a secondary weapon, bow. I really should shut off the tutorials because it's getting annoying. Tutorials off. Smash boxes.
Archers up ahead. Best shoot them before they see us.
Yeah, this game auto aims the bow, so it's not too bad. But you've got one button for primary, one button for secondary, one button for roll, and one button to interact with stuff. Then the trigger buttons come in later. Like this one I can fast map stuff. That one's block. Let me take care of these two guys here first. Take the lockpicks. Tattered documents are worthless.
Daggers are deadly if you catch an enemy unaware. Their
The
speed
daggers
more
and the
than
fey
makes up for their
blades that the
size.
rogues use allows you to do sneak attacks. But you get to a well-lit spot. This is the starting out rogue armor.
More up ahead. If you can sneak up on them with your daggers, you should be able to finish them
So
quickly
you go
and
into sneak mode.
quietly.
That eye there tells you if they can see you or not. Right now it's empty. It'll fill up yellow and then go to red with like eyelashes if they find you. Excellent takedown. This is the starting out armor. Now you're only going to be able to sneak up on one of these guys because the other one's going to catch you as soon as you start killing. So let's get him. Lockpick onto him. When you're too busy killing and looting these guys, you miss the fact that a whole bunch of rocks fell. There's a whole bunch of dead and dying gnomes down there. Yeah, they did well here.
Cave
Now we start to get
blossoms
some
only
magic.
respond in the presence of magic. Perhaps there is more to you than it seems. Incredible. What are you?
Now I'm going to equip the robes. Since I'm not going to have any weapons that I can poison, I don't need the serpent venom. Pick up spider memo. Hughes, per your request, we finally got the spider problem under control. Claude will try to take credit for an efficient cleansing with his Praetorians, but I feel he overstates his case and fails to recognize the value of my own quick thinking and scholarly work provided to this successful operation. While overseeing the spider purge, I noticed that those guards who were affected by spider venom exhibited stiffness of joints and tightening of skin, symptoms would suggest a possible solution to the internal cohesion problems of some of the Well's creations. Ugh. I would have studied these symptoms in more depth at the time, but the guards willfully and flagrantly disobeyed my orders to delay application of antitoxins. Nice guy! As such, I request that we capture some of these spiders in order to harvest their venom for future testing. Furthermore, I trust that these insubordinate guards will be punished immediately. For my steadfast pursuit of knowledge, I require no medal nor promotion. All I would ask is that you please reassign me off of subject disposal detail. Gurren. He was the smart-mouthed one that was pushing the cart. And this is Ensel. He was the one who gave you your name and wanted to see what you looked like. Okay, so I've got hand wraps and that. I'm still wearing metal boots. Now we're gonna cheat a bit on this spider and try to one-shot him. Oh, that's right, not much. The difficulty's too high for a one-shot on this spider. Okay, he's not gonna give me nothing. Oh look, the staff. The first mage weapon you get.
It completely covered the tunnel. Maybe you can use that staff to burn a path through. Not more spiders. Burn them. Burn them!
Ansel is absolutely useless. He does not help you. He just runs around and talks to you. There are the shoes for the set. And the mana potion. I ain't stealing bones. But this is the starting out mage getup. They get better looking as you go on, but that's the starting one.
Hurry, get out of here!
Take all of that. Since they don't give you any other mage weapons, I'm going to set up the daggers as my secondary. You'll see why in a little bit.
You're not one of them. Ansel, get away! Who is this?
And magic clears a lot of boxes quickly.
I intend to find out. She came out of the well.
What? Then she better get inside to see the old man. Quick, before those Twatha make another push.
This is where we part ways. But take whatever you want from this armory. We might have a few things that would fit you. Just make sure you get your shoes. We can hold off the Tuatha here.
I'm a nice guy. I'll offer to fight with them.
We can't risk you getting killed. You're proof that the well can work. Don't you realize what that means? Just keep going past the top of the well. Hughes will be there in his study. I'll see you on the outside, if fate wills it.
I hope you're worth all this.
Talk to the random gnomes.
I never believed the world would work. Maybe it would be best if it never did.
Simple cloth frees your body and mind. That's why mages prefer it. Leather armor is thin, but will give you the speed to reach an enemy's throat. Plate armor. Nothing protects quite like layers of impervious metal.
And those repair kits that were in that menu, you need. Because if you see at the top there, there's that little anvil that says 16 of 18. Your stuff does actually wear down and will break. Including the armors. So, you gotta kind of be careful of that. I mean, granted, it takes, like, some of them take, like, forever to wear down. If you ignore it for too long, you will end up... Oh, your armor's damaged and useless now. Especially late in game. Well, progress log. Experiments are now successfully recreating bodies 97.5% of the time. Any missing limbs or extra fingers are now probably how the original subject looked. Rather than a magical flux on our end. However, full revivification still eludes us. Even with increased testing, products are nothing more than inert lumps of skin and bone, although the occasional spasm or twitch does allow hope for full success in the future. I know some of you complain that we should use cadavers and skip the corpse recreation altogether, but you must know we'd never be allowed to experiment with the subject's actual body. We may be working to recreate life, but that hardly allows us to desecrate the dead. Any further complaints can be brought to me directly. Fomerus Hughes. And one cool effect here, if you see it, you get like sort of a double image. See? You get sort of like a double image in the well. I always thought that was pretty cool, even back when I had it on PlayStation. And now we meet Fomerus Hughes himself. Oh, hey, Alex.
You've made it, and look at you, even with all you've been through. The Tuatha, your return from the dead. Please forgive me, you must be terribly confused by all of this. I am Fomerus Hughes, And this is my laboratory at Alistar. Everything you see here is dedicated to one thing, the Well of Souls, the pursuit of immortality. And you're my first success. If we only had the time, there's so much we might learn from one another.
I'll ask him about himself.
I am Fomris Hughes, Scholar of Vivification Prime Circle. We're standing above my life's work, the Well of Souls. And there's so much to learn about you, though. I imagine it's all a bit muddled. A side effect of the prismere? Shape of the basin? No. If only we had more time. It's been my life's work. Decades of research with a singular goal, ending death itself. And now, you're the only proof that it's a success. But why did it work on you and no one else? What makes you different from the others? There are so many questions to ask, and if we're to get any answers, we've got to get you someplace safe. I wish I could tell you more, but your death is a mystery to me as well. It seems that your memory died with your body. You see, the well is designed to capture the soul of someone recently deceased, recreating their physical form within its waters. Simple, really. Your rebirth is the first we might truly call a success. There have been others, but the results weren't quite right. Too much to explain right now. The Tuatha have come to stop my work, but I don't believe they know about you. Not yet. What's important is getting you out of here safely. You're the only proof of what we've achieved here. I may not be able to save the well, but I can ensure that its only success is safe.
Where are we?
We're in the Feylands, miles away from the front lines. I thought we were safe enough from the war, but it seems some of the Tuatha found their way here anyway.
Fine, let's get out of here.
Yes, you're right. I've got my notes, but it's most important that you stay safe. It's just that you're... Wait, where
Fascinating. Simply astounding. I'm not certain what's caused it, but somehow...
Yes, as I was saying, I'm not sure what... Perhaps I should go see.
Sir! Mr. Hughes! The Tuatha have reached the lab! They're inside the...
No! We've got to get you out of here now! Quickly! Follow the path to the town of Gorhart. Find Agath. He's a friend, and he may be able to help. No matter what else, stay alive!
Poor Ansel died. Why I picked the daggers as my backup weapon. Just for this one room.
Get moving, you brute! Tear this tower apart!
damage on bosses usually happens automatically. On everything else, you have to build up a meter and summon it. Got a ring that gives me a little extra health. And a crystal shard, which is good for making crystals that you can add to your weapons and armor to make them more powerful, if the weapon has slots for it. And now we leave the tower. And I discovered the area, so I leveled, which was more experience. I leveled up. I almost never use potions other than health potions, so alchemy is useless to me. I have sagecraft. Dispelling is good because the magically sealed chests are a pain in the ass when you get to like the hard difficulty ones. So here you can fail to dispel a ward once before it'll explode, so you get like 2 chances. This one removes the automatic death ones. That there you can expel it twice. And here it lets you'll see when I go to dispel a chest what it looks like. That one slows it down to make it a little easier. Sagecraft is what you use those little shards to make crystals. And we're going to add Detect Hidden, because that is probably the greatest skill in this game. Now you'll notice they give you 1 point in each, so you can go wherever you want with it. I'm sinking all of these into sorcery right now, but later on I'm going to cheat a little bit. Well, it's not really cheating, the game lets you do it, but I'm going to do it earlier than the game lets you do it. Don't worry, it all becomes clear at the time. All of the gnomes that did escape.
I saw you fighting there. We could have used more of you. Did they really have a troll? I don't know how the Twatha found us, but if they had a troll, it couldn't have been an accident. Fate was kind to collapse that doorway behind you, or they would have chased us into the glade. Good luck out there.
Now instead of taking the road and going straight, I happen to see that little white thing in the water there, that circle? That's a hidden cache of items. There's a bunch of those around here, so... Ooh. From an armor set, some magic, and another crystal shard. I need 6 sorcery to equip it. I currently only have the blazing cell. I'm holding on to for later quests. That will put straight to junk. That will hold on to is weapon primary. It's actually weaker than the stuff they started me with. Jesus. But we can make it secondary. So now I have fire for primary and lightning for secondary. With these staffs. There's a mage weapon you get later in the game called chakrams with these big rings that you swing around. They're pretty cool. He did a good job changing the sound effects on that. Fire they kept alone. That lightning got a lot better sounding. Skeleton. Potion on him. Wow, they're giving you the high-level gauntlets early. Couldn't harvest any shrooms. This is the lock-picking mechanic. You do that to move the pick, and then you try to open the lock. Here is another mage weapon, the scepter. Oh, that's really powerful. But I need to be level 2 for that. See how that pick wiggled? That's the sign that you're in the wrong spot. And then they break if you go too far. And the farther away you are from it, Smith's hardened gloves. Requires 6 might. But that purple color means that it's rare. The yellow color means that it's in a set. Like, this is a one-of-a-kind item here. This is like a named one-of-a-kind item. We'll throw that into junk, though, because I'm not going to have enough might abilities to equip that. That's dispelling. That was an easy one. But they add like these red things that make it that blow up if you accidentally touch them. While that is weaker, that is a mage shield. So we'll take that. And while that scepter is better, this one we can actually equip. Although it's weaker than our staff. It's not by much. And then you can see how the scepter works is but as you can see, it drains my mana as I do it, whereas the staff doesn't. Which is why the scepters are a hard weapon to use, because usually they're not that powerful, you can just kind of spam. The fact that they drain your mana means you can't use your abilities, so it's a trade-off. Blacksmithing supplies. Protection of a deity. Gives you a little added effect. Like Athene's Blessing, that's what I picked, because you get to pick which god you worship at the beginning. Or you can pick none and get a slight experience boost. And then the shrines give you temporary blessings. Ooh, a bear.
You! I remember you. You're the one? How did you come back? How did you find me here? No, I had no idea anything like that would happen. The Well of Souls is bigger than one gnome's pet project. My employer pays for information about its progress. I just send the reports to make some money on the side. I never wanted anyone to get hurt. I promise you, if I knew who it was, I'd tell you. Sharing research is one thing, but academic sabotage is a crime.
Okay, now if I had a good persuasion, I'd be able to shake him down for money. But the thing is, this is the beginning of the game, so they're kind of easy on you. If you just let him go, you'll also get the money. If you pick this is your fault, time to die, you get to fight him. But you don't get the money. I'd rather have the money.
Thank you, thank you. Here, take this. It's the pay for my last report. I don't want anything to do with it. I'm going back home to Odessa.
Huge fan of the gnomes in this game. Wish you could play as one. In fact, I was kind of quietly hoping that they would let you play as a gnome when they did this remake. Because it's like 5 times the size of the original game. And I have a feeling it's just all graphics. Because the first game with DLCs was like 7 gigabytes, and I think this one was like 35. So, but I think it's all just graphical update and bug fixes. Now you see this? Pack of wolves there. That scepter barely did any damage to that wolf. Like, the scepters are not that good in this game unless you can charge them up. Sorry, felt like I was going to sneeze for a second. Yeah, you're going to see that no reagents found. You're going to get a lot of that in this game unless your alchemy is really high. But because I have that first thing of detect hidden, those little red dots on the minimap are the enemies. Oh wow, this is an easy one that doesn't have a lid. Usually it's just the harder ones. This mine has nothing to do with the quest. I'm just going through it for loot and to kill stuff. In fact, this mine has nothing to do whatsoever with the plot of the game. There's absolutely nothing that sends you here. It's just a mine that they put in. Through something. But only the heavy melee, the might characters, let's get to that screen. Only the characters that are like all might, they don't have any ranged weapons. But finesse, you get the bow, sorcery, you get the scepter. But now because I put points into spells, I have a special attack I can show you in a little bit. See, that's the way I came in, isn't it? Yep. That Those are both for rogues, and those are actually both kind of higher level items. You see another chest with no lid. All that for one little lightning shard. You know, right, Alex? What's the point of a game if you can't loot what you kill? If I can keep them on their corpses, but there's a cart here. That's a hood for rogue, so dump that. Little mushroom cap. And some more blacksmithing supplies. Which I'm not doing blacksmithing this game, although that is kind of cool. You can get, if you have blacksmithing and sagecraft, which is the crystal making, you can get very overpowered in this game very easily. Wow, how did I miss that? Another one with no lid. And rogue boots. Why do they seem to think I'm a rogue? Dead gnome in the mine. And the reason there's a dead gnome in the mine is technically the prismer they used in the Well of Souls was mined here, and they built a tunnel. That's how the Tuatha got in. Ooh, a necklace of lightning shield. I do not have a necklace, so I will equip that. Even though there aren't that many lightning attacks right now in this game, but... Okay, that's a steel shield that requires 6 might. That's a bow that I'm not going to use. And these things, I'll show you what they do, but I never use them. So like, let's say you're sneaking around and you know that there's an enemy around that corner that you want to lure out. You walk over. You lay one of those down. You go hide. And then... fireworks as a distraction. That's all it does. And the areas where that's actually useful are so limited. So that goes in the junk pile, because as you can see, there's junk. And there's all this stuff in there. But right, my inventory is at 54 of 70, so... Luckily I'm close to the first town where I can sell stuff, so that's good. here is the Gulf City outlaw of this
You've
game.
come from the tower, haven't you?
His name is Agar.
Name's Agar.
He sees people's
Maybe
death
you
in the
could help
cards,
an old fate
and he
weaver,
likes to
eh?
drink. In fact, you can kind of tease him about it before you even know who he is.
Trust me, I've known that for a long time. Nobody can change fate. Poor old Fomerus Hughes. He respected the way the world works. It's a shame. He'll be dead by now.
What makes you think he's
The
dead?
cards told me that the Well of Souls would work, but Hughes's success would come on the day of his death. He took it pretty well, honestly. Although we did a lot of drinking after that.
That's okay. I was dead too.
You're the one. Then that means it all makes sense now. The cards this morning. I drew the Gravedigger, the Running Man, and the Beast. Prepare yourself. They're coming.
Now you see, I gained a little bit in that meter. Now they're gonna fold up just so they can show you how to do this. Bam. Now you run up to them, you hit the button to interact, and you go through one of these steps and you gotta tap a random button. But you get extra experience for it. But that's you literally changing their fate.
What? How? What are you? The threads of fate. I've seen them before, but I've never seen anyone manipulate them like that. You just changed how the world was supposed to work. How did you do that?
I don't know. I just did it.
You just... Fate is the will of the gods. No mortal should be able to change it. How is that even possible? Come here. I'm going to do a reading. You might be able to change the threads, but fate will still have a plan for you. I promise not to tell you if I see your death.
Do you always see death?
It's a gift. Some people paint landscapes. Other people write poetry. I peer into the weave of fate's tapestry and see people's deaths. That would be my guess. He was an academic, but he had a proper respect for fate's plan, unlike most gnomes. You're nervous. Relax. This is what fate weavers do. I'll be seeing your place in the pattern of destiny. Who you are, what you've done, where your path takes you. Or, at least, I should be. You're real, right? I swear I haven't had that much...
I'm real. You must be drunk.
I am. But still, I've never seen someone whose fate was just missing. Not even when I was drunk as the king of ballads. This doesn't make sense. All mortal creatures have a place in the pattern. You should have one too, dead or not. If this is true, and I'm not saying I believe it, then your path is yours to determine.
And then they show you their destiny system, where you get perks for putting points into different categories, like the fright, the might, finesse, and sorcery. But because they start you out with 1 point in each automatically, you get to pick these. You're terrible at this.
Damn it, it's the truth. At least, I think it is. The world is changing. You might be a sign of that. Or maybe the cause. I've never had a reason to doubt my own readings, but we should consult with Arden. He's not a friend, but he's got a good eye for the tapestry. I'll meet you at his home to the east. I'm going to see if I can be of any help to the wounded at the tower. What could this all mean?
Now we go to the first town, which is where we were told to meet him, even though he's camped out over there.
Of all the
These are lore
songs in
stones.
halls of lore, there echoes none more grand than Olane's many feats of might, the pure and lady of the light. She is a knight of golden knot. She is the cure seeker, the conscience of the summer fae. She is the heart of spring, of day.
And for some reason, they made all of the Fae like Irish accented. But the Fae are sort of like immortal plant people because they die and they just get reborn again in a cave somewhere and come back out. Okay, now I sneak, and I just get far enough into the town to register, but not start that event. That you see all those people gathered there. Okay. Now I go to the mini-map, go back to that mine that I was in, and now you get to see the real power of the Fate Weavers. Because technically, if you just linearly went through the story and didn't come back to them, you wouldn't be able to access this.
Still here, huh? Can't quite decide if you want to
where
hear what the
on
cards
the side
say,
there, where it
can you?
says, like, B to cancel and say goodbye, or Y for Fate Weaver. You can actually unbind your destiny and rearrange your skill points. And the lower level you are, the cheaper it is. So 256 gold is the lowest it's ever going to cost me to do this.
What could this all mean?
But since all the stuff I got from the tutorial level doesn't require any skill points, I get to keep it all on. But now when I level up, I get to pick the Detect Hidden again. But now, I have 6 points to spend instead of like the 3 from the 3 they originally give you, 1 in each, plus the 3 for the first level up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm gonna put 1 into the chakrams even though I don't have any yet, because scepters suck. And now the only one that's available to me is Acolyte, so I take it. But, remember that cowl that I got that needed 6 sorcery? I can wear it now. Here's a little video. You can see how the chakrams work. Well, that's the special move for them, but yeah, they're just big rings that you throw around and come back to you. You automatically get the shield parry whether you have a single point in shield or not. And the thing about the mage shields is that they're elemental. So you have like fire, lightning, ice, and lightning. And if you parry successfully, you can actually, there's a percentage chance that you'll actually cast that element on them. So if you have a fire one and you block right, you can set someone on fire. You can freeze them if it's ice, you can electrocute them if it's the lightning one. They don't tell you that, it's just that's the game mechanic. Now I come in here.
Everyone just stand back. The warden can't work when you're crowding so close. Go back to your business. Go on.
And then the crowd does disperse. You see this chest there with the arrow on it? That's a special delivery chest. That's where all like the free DLC, and free stuff lives. Now, some of the stuff is level 1 no matter when you get to it.
What is the mission?
Some of it is level dependent.
Why
The
are
higher
its
the
gates
level you are
forever
when you open that
closed?
chest,
These are the questions we all should be asking. Do
the
the
higher
half-truths
the
of
higher
these
level
wise
the
men
weapon the stuff
exhaust
is.
you as they do me? I have listened to their
But one good
prayers
thing
for
about
too
this game
long.
is
There are other
there is
voices
no
to
friendly
be
fire
heard.
unless you specifically check that, like, hit the up button on the crossbar to engage it. So you can't accidentally aggro an entire village. But you can kill all their chickens. Free gold. If I had 2 points in detect hidden, the detect hidden skill, there are secret caches like this well here will have stuff in it. Another thing that this remake brought back, for PC at least, is vibration support. When that lockpick wiggles, it vibrates the controller. The original port to the PC didn't have that. It made lockpicking so much harder. Now I'm going to come into here. I'm not doing any blacksmithing, so throw all that in junk. That I need for a quest, that I don't need. Those I don't need. Those are good to keep.
Aye.
There shouldn't be anything else that I need to get rid of. So,
Come in.
speak to
Welcome
her
to
quick.
Goreheart.
Press Y to sell all junk. I now have 5,000 gold. There's still not enough for that backpack, which adds 10 more to my inventory limit. But these two right here are most of that 5 grand. Now
The
what?
last settlement before the
I'm gonna
Feyland.
leave.
Come see me again.
Right, that was like about 3 grand for those 2 items.
Care to part with some gold?
They sell for 33,000 and 20,000.
Goodbye.
You get gypped if you don't have the mercantile skill. Hey, Blackout. Playing some Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. Describing it to people who may not know the game. Letting the dialogue options play out. Now I'm going to grab this stuff now because a lot of it's sellable for money. So. But the funny thing is, there is too much here. Oh, and those are twists of fate. Usually when you complete like a quest series or something like that, or in the end of the DLCs, where you get to a certain spot in the game, they give you ones that upgrade your stats. Like this one, when I go into that reckoning mode, plus 2% experience. I have plus 5% resistance to ice and fire now. Those were actually for playing certain other game demos when this game came out. But now I've got this staff, or that staff. You see that one's 21, the one they started me out at 17. The DLC one, this is the ones you could pay for, the flame. They're all named after different Fate Weaver cards. The song. You see, like, the beast. The ones that sell for money are the ones that were pay for. Like, you actually spent real money on them. These came for, like, playing the demo and then getting the game. They're literally the same as a level 1 item, except they give you slightly longer duration for the reckoning thing. Whereas these give you actual bonuses, like this one's fire and a chance to steal health. That I don't have the might for, but that's a helmet that adds fire damage to you. Okay, that cowl goes with the set, but is actually weaker than the cowl I have. And that one's even weaker still. But the rest of this stuff... So let's... You see, with the set items, there are set bonuses. So... These better defensively, give me a little bit of experience in Reckoning mode if I have the full set. The Valley Robes here give me +4 health, and these give me +5% chance to critical hit with magic. But the Valley Robes are only 15 defense, the Pensive Robes are 29. No, she's not nude, she's wearing a bra and panties. So that's not something that's going to get me taken off of YouTube. Thank God. Oh, Blackout. This is actually a remake of the game. It's Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. They updated all the graphics and stuff. It's on Steam, it's on sale until the end of the month. And if you buy the Fate version, it actually comes with the soundtrack for the game. Separately. That's the version I got. Plus, the Fate version also comes... They're making it... THQ is making a new DLC coming out in next year sometime. And if you buy the Fate version, you automatically get that DLC when it comes out. Okay. Wow, my Talisman of Lightning Shield is actually stronger than this one. But that only blocks 4 damage, but is 10 armor. This one blocks 7 damage, but is only 8 armor. But I'm going to equip that one anyway, just because of the extra bonuses it gives you. The Spinning Tom's Anvil is a DLC shield. I forget what they gave it to you for. It was one of those ones, another one of the demo things. So that and junk. But this is what the chakrams do. And if you hold them, I'm gonna go here, sell all the stuff I put into junk.
Welcome. Care to part with some gold?
8,674. Which means I can buy that backpack. But you see all these prices, like 400 here, 400 there. Those are all going to be like 10,000.
Come see me again.
if you tried to buy them back. Yeah, but Blackout, the sale's till the end of the month, so you got some time on it. And then back here to pick up the rest of the stuff. So you have the song, which is 18. Twin Souls, which they gave you for playing the demo and then buying the game. I think. But those are the best out of the three, so those are the ones I'm keeping. Hey, I got the shoes for the set. But the only reason I don't have that fourth thing for the experience bonus is because I'm not wearing the cowl, because this is a much better cowl. And as a mage, you need as much of this as armor as you're going to possibly get. And they give you a potion that gives you 500 experience. The Compass of Fate, which is +1 persuasion skill, which is great because a lot of conversations, the difference between success and failure is like having 1 persuasion skill, but you don't have to spend it on it. This dowsing rod thing just highlights all the alchemical herbs that are around. Puts them on your mini-map. Because you see those little green leaves at the top there now? That adds those to the map. Killed that cow. If I had the blacksmithing skill, I could have gotten some guts or hide from it. Now back to the corner shop to sell everything else.
Come in. Yes. What do you need?
Some more junk. Only one of those items was actually sellable. Everything else was essentially just me handing it away. Oh wow, only $4 grand for that stuff. Huh. So I'm at 10%. But you see all this stuff? Zeros. In fact, a lot of the stuff I just sold, that I sold before, won't even show up because it was zeros. So it's just gone.
Goodbye.
I've been at this for an hour and a half and I still haven't even picked up any of the beginning quests yet.
I don't care what you race. It's a tragedy whenever anyone's savage like this. Just look at the poor creature. She's been beaten to the brink of death. The Fae may be strange, but they certainly don't deserve this. It appears she was attacked with some manner of short blade. Likely a dagger, although there's no way I can be sure. People simply stood by as she called for help. No one lifted a finger. Can you imagine? It's shameful to treat another in such a way, even if she is a Fae. I don't know whether we possess the knowledge to treat such a wound. Frankly, I don't even know if I could save a mortal with such grievous wounds. It's difficult to say. We've been plagued by the Red Legion for days. But it's not their way to go after the Fae in the area. They like their targets mortal. In case you haven't heard, there have been some Tuatha sighting in the woods to the west, so that's also a possibility. It's unlikely, though. Well, you're the only one. With all the troubles we've suffered in this village, people are weary of adversity. They'd rather just ignore it. I'm going to suggest something a bit untraditional. There's a Fae named Eri. She spends her days up on the hill overlooking the village. Seek her wisdom. I would do it, but I'm a coward. That's the truth. Perhaps a Fae will know how to heal a Fae. If not, then we're back where we started. She spends her days in the precipice overlooking the village. She doesn't think we're aware of her presence, but we most certainly are. Hope you stay in town.
That's the first quest to pick up here. Then there's 3 more after that. So pick up this one.
Stay close to the village.
You're breaking some boxes. Always break the boxes.
You there? Do you feel nauseous? Itchy? Have you noticed any blood leaking from your eye sockets? I've been noticing the symptoms everywhere. No, this situation could not be any worse. If the Red Legion is involved, then we could all be staring death in the face. What have I done? Why ask questions when you could never understand the answers? It's clear your prowess is not with wit, but with a weapon. If you must know, something of value has been stolen. An alchemical formula that, if released, could cause untold devastation. I see its symptoms everywhere. Only my apprentice, Karth, and I knew of my work on the formula, but he's gone missing as well. His name was Karth Hilfred. I found him one morning outside my door, picking through the ember eyes. I was impressed how well he knew his way around a plant. I've never seen one so eager to learn. It was an early version, unstable and rife with potential dangers. My hope is to develop a weapon that the Alfar can bring against our common enemy, the Tuatha. To say more would be to reveal my secrets. All I can say is that it involves lesions, goiters, and a good deal of pus.
That's nice and wholesome.
I do not deserve such goodwill after what I've engineered. If disaster occurs in Odorath, it will be on my head. I'm not sure where Karth may have gone, but I knew that before he came to me, he found shelter in the ancient chambers of Agnurfar Hall, an Irathi ruin east of Gorhart. Once you've ensured Karth's safety, you must learn what's happened to my formula. When you do, destroy it. It's the only way to keep us safe. Farewell.
More boxes. He was both saving and loading at the same time. Okay. The guy is up here, outside the blocked mission.
Welcome to St. Odwig's perpetual mission. I would invite you in, but the Order has been too trusting in the past. We try to learn from our mistakes. Although, one never knows what might be a test of faith. You have arrived just when I am in need of aid, so perhaps Mitharu is at work. We at St. Odwig's have worked for years to establish a presence on this hill. It's not been without its challenges. The call of the Feylands does not fall upon deaf ears, and many of our youngest don't have the will to resist. Take Brother Egan, for example. 2 nights ago, Egan ventured past the walls to collect firewood and never returned. We must find him before anything happens. Mitharu be praised. His order reigns supreme. Brother Egan was last seen northeast of here, just off the road near the Fey ruins. Please find him. Perhaps then we can welcome you into the fold with open arms. May Mitharu protect you.
These are the best for clearing boxes. Oh, and jars. If you see big urns, they're probably breakable too. But the first quest we're gonna do is Recipe for Trouble. Because I have an entire order I do all the stuff in. I've done it so many times. Leave the journal, because I can't read it unless I bring it into my inventory. And it's not really that important. It's just sort of like fleshing out the world. Ooh, bug, it's their weak. Ooh, an altar of Belin, the god of death. And this log here, if I had 2 detect hidden, would be a cache of items. Crude linen robes, which are like the next level up from the base robes that you get. And even though they only have the plus 30 mana regen per second, and I lose plus 14 mana for doing it, that armor rating is 41. So, bam. Another lore stone, which you get experience for each lore stone, plus when you collect each lore stone from a specific area, you get a bonus. Like this one is a stone of Odorath, which is the area I'm in. If I get all of them, it's plus 4 damage with melee weapons versus humans.
I don't know if what the Fae say about these stones is true, but if it is, well, this is just too good to not save forever. Lystrom was out of town when Artol was visiting. Now, Lystrom doesn't know Artol, and Artol is older and strange. She could be mistaken for a Fate Weaver. So, when Lystrom came back to town, here was Artol the Oracular. I said to Lystrom, I hear her readings are amazing. You should go. Oh my, you should have seen it. A rooster, she said, will change into a man, and this man will become your lover. He will provide for you, and he will make you laugh, and he will make your life exciting and easier. But, and this is something you can never forget, he must never eat chicken. And once in a while, he will need to peck at things on the ground, and every morning at the break of dawn, you'll hear a loud cry from him.
Yeah, the Odorath stones aren't lore in any way. What it is it's a sign of the encroachment of people, where random villagers and stuff have actually recorded over ancient lore with their own stories. That's the apprentice I'm sent to find. But first, boxes and a chest. And yes, my lockpicking skills kind of suck.
What you doing down here? Don't you know Agna Farhold is haunted by the spirits of the Arathi? So, are you foolish or just stupid?
mention the gnome chick that sent us
She,
here?
like so many others in Goreheart, is prone to ignorance. She sees what she wants to see. I am her dutiful apprentice, and she is the wise mentor. Her whole life is a lie, she tells herself. I'm skilled in alchemy, but it has never brought me riches or respect. The only way I will ever find glory in this life is as part of the Red Legion. Oh, I see. The Twisted Gnome has found herself a champion. How delightful. Nanny always was a fool. So immersed in her work that she failed to see the deception before her very eyes. The Red Legion has her formula, because I gave it to them. At this very moment, they are moving crates of it eastward towards the city of Rathir, where they will fetch a high price. Poor Nanny. So trusting, so pathetic. Of course she can never learn of my ruse, can she? It is time.
Now I get to go through here and start finding crates to destroy while fighting off these people. Another level up, which I'll put into Detect Hidden. Now all of those are at 2 that I've been putting into. And we'll start our second spell. Still only an Acolyte. I need 11 points before I get to the Initiate card. Damn, dropped down to 1 viewer. Yeah, I'm probably gonna head out at around noon anyway, my time. Fight some brownies. Here's the thing about Detect Hidden. See that little chest on the minimap? Okay, Blackstone Token, plus 3% physical resistance, plus 3% elemental resistance, which are both good. And plus 1 to sorcery abilities. So we'll equip that. Because that way, abilities, see how they all have those yellow arrows? And they're higher numbers now, because I got plus 1 to all of them. The only addition is the Mark of Flame, which lets you mark, and then if you hold it, it actually sets them on fire.
Sometimes this is too hard to believe. But you can accept the strangest fact that you were wrong. Yes, but that and this endless vacuity is horrible. The Ancient Ones were here. They delivered themselves into the world. The time-worn cycle turns with ages. The seasons drift along the stream. They wait for the past. The future brings the forming storm. This is no place for a home, for anyone.
I went the wrong way. I zigged when I should have zagged. That's the one thing about these mage weapons is if you're not, you have to be in range. And it's not nearly as intuitive as the melee weapons are. Sorry there. Kind of nodded off a little bit. Just goes to show people should get more than 6 hours of sleep at night. Those Jotun war beads are another necklace. That plus 5% damage, plus 5% damage resistance. But that would be good for like a melee character or a rogue maybe.
These walls are grown, are built of stone. Lovingly this place was crafted. You see the lights, the mystic halls of ordered reality? They are the faces of the missing, the embodied truth of the lost souls. There are so many of them. Still, you can see them. They are like pathetic charades. Some with good intentions, and you can't fault them that. But the majority of them are just a hoax. Needless to say, I don't like it here. You could have stayed free and lived a comfortable life, but you couldn't settle the disquiet that haunts people like you.
because there's a log here too. Back around this way. Ooh, bears. Why a bear has a shield on him, I have no idea. Get that death notice, you'll need it later. Smash more boxes. Sigbert's journal can stay there, but you want that key. There's another crate of formula. Another one. There's another downward hearthstone here.
She bested Strang in combat fair. Finian's cycles kept. The exploits of this maiden's role a burdensome and heavy toll. She lived among the mortal clans and bargained with their kind. Throughout the town they stood in fear of the brilliant fighter near.
I'm not actually starting the quest yet for the mission in rescuing Brother Egan, but I'm keeping him from dying. I know he doesn't actually die, he just keeps fighting him until you show up. I like to think I'm doing that as a stopgap. And he doesn't even notice you're there. Another spot with some stuff in it. Daggers and some gold. Now, I'm going to try and aggro all of these guys.
This is gonna work.
Most of this camp is not supposed to be. way you gain as much experience bonus as possible when you do it. See all that extra experience coming to you? And the explosion from my starting the reckoning actually took out one of the crates I was going after. Twofer. And the guy back there is one of the guys that's under... Actually, wait, I didn't even take that quest, did I? Shit. I forgot to take a quest. That's why there aren't that many bandits in here. Shit. But I get his blade anyway. That's for a rogue. Now I'm going to do a little bit of sightseeing and get some stuff. Because I have to turn in that potion quest. Fire and ice damage on that staff. Melee helmet for if I have 9 might, but it'll sell for money, so that's good enough for me. Cave, which I'm going to need for the quest with the missing monk. Get that before the aggro kicks in, and I can't get it. These guys died pretty easily with fire. Another one of these stones.
I have a secret to tell you. I am not sad. When I was a girl, my father used to tell me that when you grow old with someone, you tie your fates together and create a pattern that is part yours and part theirs. My father said that this is why when an old person dies, their partner is never far behind. But I do not feel that way. I feel free.
And yes, I know exactly where all these little spots are. And now wolves. But you see that little yellow socket there? That's a gem socket. You can make weapon gems, armor gems, and utility gems. That square is for a utility gem. And 2 more walls here. Now I'm playing this on normal difficulty, but because it's the DLC weapon, it makes it a little easier. Although if I had blacksmithing in the sorcery bend, I could actually make a staff that was as powerful as this. So it's not like it's that out of the realm of possibility.
If I have to live for the rest of my life without him knowing, well then I'll deal with that. I think there's something to be said for it. I think it's noble. Yeah, I could tell someone, but that's just asking for praise. What makes it an act of kindness is that nobody knows, or at least that he doesn't know. I let him have the glory. No one has to know his arrow missed. He saved the town. He's a hero.
And while we're here, we speak to that fae named Aerie that we're supposed to find out if we can heal a fae from.
May your hollow gods keep you, mortal. I am called Aerie. Your face is new to me. You're different from those in Gorhart. They amuse me, and I strive to learn all I can from them. Have you come to ask about the Tuatha? I can offer only what I know, and hope it will suffice. Yes, I witnessed this crime, although I did not recognize the one who perpetrated it. It is often difficult to distinguish one mortal from another. The victim was Illuvia, but I knew her only by name. You must be hoping that I can offer advice, but I cannot. If she is meant for the Great Cycle, then so be it. However, I would be quite interested to find out whether one of my kind would benefit from one of your mortal remedies. I've always wondered. It will need to be powerful. Your delicate forms are far more sensitive than ours. In fact, it's astounding that you survive as long as you do. All of us are at the mercy of the changing seasons, mortal and fey alike. If it is one's time to pass into the Great Cycle, then we must not protest. The passing is keeping with autumn, and is as natural as the eventual rebirth. Farewell.
Now the potion you need to get is expensive as hell, and the gnome that I'm doing this quest for won't just give you one, so you gotta steal one from her. And I got my fate charge back. But the good thing about handing this quest in is that she's also a merchant, which means I should be able to sell her all my junk. Before I do that, let's see if there's anything else that I should be junking from my inventory. See, this one's Death of the Soothsayer, can be junked. They're both 39, even though this one has ice damage, which means that's the better staff. I mean, this one I could equip now, but that one I should be able to make gems soon, so I might actually be able to make that even better than the one I've got. So that we'll hold on to. Get rid of those pensive robes. get rid of the war beads and the necklace of lightning shield. These don't go towards your inventory at all, but money is money. That I'm gonna need. That I don't. That I'll need. And all of these gem shards I'm keeping.
Nice to see you.
Everyone in Gorhart is talking about the attacks. They say that the Red Legion is receding back into the shadows from whence they came. It is all thanks to you. You found the formula and destroyed it. Now, you may think you understand the impact of this act, but you truly do not. You are a friend to this village and to me, Nanny Henry. Take this. It is not much, but it gives you an idea of my gratitude.
And I get some free robes out of it. Now look, I need a healing potion.
I'm sure I have a vial somewhere in this cottage, but I do not have the time to search for it. I'm sorry.
So we'll sell all my junk. That's 17 grand worth of shit. Mostly because of those rare items.
Farewell.
And I level up again. This time we'll go into sage crafting, because this one lets me use the second level of shards to make stuff. Now, that will bring up to 2. And then I'm going to put the other 2 into that, because that lowers the mana costs. And I can get initiative, which you'll notice that one's 25% elemental damage, minus 10% mana cost. This one's 30 and 13, and they just get progressively better. See, those are worth robes, so they go into the junk pile. You see that eye? Gotta wait till that soldier leaves. So in the meantime, I'll take that and that as an experiment. Make a minor alchemist's art, which I'm going to need later on in the game.
In Gorhart. It isn't right.
Start my sneaking. And his memory that I'm down here is slowly going to go away. Once that eye empties, I can access this desk. And here's the percentages that I'd get caught if I take it. Steal that potion. Nobody saw me take it, so I can just walk out of here scot-free.
Can't talk. Herc doesn't like loafers.
And while you can't sell stolen items to vendors that aren't fences, and there's an entire, like, group that are thieves and stuff where you can sell stuff to them, but you can give it to somebody. So, this completes the quest as much as anything does. I might as well have bought it. But the quest I forgot to grab is from this guy here.
It's busy today.
For the melee guild.
Times are hard. If you have the sword and stomach, you'll find those who have taken the... You to bring me proof you've dealt right then.
We have what you need.
Pull up a stool, stranger. We don't have much.
And the only thing I'm buying from her is this key. And those lockpicks.
But what we have won't leave... Nice talking to you.
Come in.
We'll see you soon.
Try the corner shop for supplies.
That elf there teaches Detect Hidden, but only if you're below level 3 in it. More barrels. This here is she's a healer.
Do you need my touch?
She can bring my health back up, or remove poisons or curses.
You made it. Just in time, too. Give me the potion. It will help, but it's not enough. Someone must go to the Fae and explain what happened here. One small misunderstanding and we'll no longer just be strangers to the Fae. We'll be enemies. She is a member of the House of Ballads, the legendary court of Fae heroes. They are warriors without equal, with centuries of glory to their names. If one of their own was killed by a mortal, the House of Ballads and its king would bring a fierce vengeance upon us. Gorehart would be a ruin by day's end. I'm not sure yet, but this is bad. She's Fae. Even worse, she's a knight in the House of Ballads. Fae don't kill their own, so it must have been someone in Gorehart. If the House of Ballads learns of this, the king will burn Gorehart to the ground. They see all mortals as invaders. We could go to the Warsworn and get an oath of protection, but that would require payment. We mustn't cover this up. But who do we tell? You're turning out to be very helpful, my friend. You have my gratitude. I'll see to it that you're honored. Rumor says that the House of Ballads has its headquarters not far from here, in Glendara to the northeast. Try to gain entrance if you can. Farewell.
The next quest is actually the one for the monastery to find Brother Egan. But I am going to end the stream here because I've been doing this for 2 hours and I'd like to go get some lunch. So, thank you guys for coming out and watching, and I hope you have a great weekend.